And we are live. Welcome, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
It's so good to finally be here. My name is Leonardo Lorenzoni. I am the community manager of Horizon Chase 2. I'm here with Matheus Cunegato.
Hello, everyone. I'm Matheus Cunegato. I'm the lead game designer from Horizon Chase 2, and I'm super happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have this opportunity to talk directly to our community and be able to show up our new update. We are very proud of this delivery. It's a great content to be added to the game because we know that the World Tour was missing one country, and now we're finally able to share with the community.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see everyone playing the new stages Japan and to see all the content that we've been working on the last few months to see you guys enjoying the content as well.
First of all, I would like to just show that we are going to actually play the game. So you can see us in this picture-in-picture version of our layout, and I'll be taking a look on the chat during the broadcast, so we can answer questions, talk to the community, and share Easter eggs and different kind of fun facts about this, the production of the Japan update and everything that is related to that. So, as you guys know, we have the Horizon Challenge right now happening in our Discord community. If you still are not in our community, you just have to join it. It's discord.gg/Horizon Chase. You can participate right now and still have a chance to win the great prize that is actually having the opportunity to bring your own idea of a skin inside our game. This is a great thing because one of our players will be able to leave a legacy inside our game. This is something very unique. Not all games have the opportunity to actually have the community suggesting and putting in the pipeline something so big as a customized skin. And if you want to win, if you want to get this skin, you just have to join our Discord channel. There you can see all the activities that you have. Different activities have different event points, and by just watching this stream, you're going to earn 20 points to have a good start in our progression. So you just have to join our chat and leave your Discord username, and after the stream, I will give the right amount of points to everyone. So just saying hello to Ice Freezer, Space Crocat, uh, Alisher, Apex, Vinicius, Russian Games Forever. So yeah, we are very very happy to see you all joining our first dev stream, and it's gonna be awesome. And we are excited to show everything. So first of all, let's start revealing to the community, like finally saying out loud, yes, Japan is the new country, and it's not a DLC. This is very important to say, right?
Yeah, it's something that is going to be included on the World Tour. It's something that we are going to open the map now. It's something that it's going to be the last country here in the World Tour. Is the way that we are closing the World Tour as a complete campaign. So yeah, Japan is the sixth country that we are adding to the game.
and and this is something very important because Japan is one of the countries that we had in Horizon Chase Turbo, and we found a way to bring in Horizon Chase 2 in a different way, but still having some similar things, because it's a country that offers so many options for game design, for level design,
Yeah.
for the artistic part. So a different sets of landscapes that are able to show to our community.
Yeah, exactly. Like Japan is kind of unfair how much different places and visuals that we have to choose from. Like there's a giant amount of possibilities that we could go on Japan. So it's a country that we always saw as not a necessity, but something that we really want to bring to the game. And on Horizon Chase Turbo, we had such a good reception for Japan. And we wanted to do the same and bring the new visuals from Horizon Chase 2 and make Japan more immersive and stuff like that. So
And also because of the culture, like
exactly.
Japan is such a great culture with a big impact in in the West, so Western world. So we're able to deliver a very cool content to a large part of our community that is very into the Japanese culture. So let's start talking about the different regions that we have, right? Because in other countries like Brazil, that I'm very familiar because I live in this country, we have the regions split into different um parts of the country that have very different and unique landscapes. What was the way that we decided to split Japan into these three different Kanto, Kansai, and Hokkaido?
Yeah, perfect. Like the other countries that we have in the game, like we try to find regions that are balanced in terms of like visuals and thing opportunities for us to create levels that are interesting to the player and stuff like that. All the countries we do the same, like trying to find a region that contains a lot of opportunities for us. And Japan has these three very unique and iconic regions: Kanto, Kansai, and Hokkaido. Like we could explore a lot of stuff from those three. So I think that's basically it. But we can go like inside each of those, and like we can talk about
Yes,
the places.
and I'm sure that our players wants to see what we prepare for them because
Yeah,
it's after all it's a game and everyone wants to see some gameplay. So
exactly.
let's start with the first region. We
Perfect.
have Kanto. I've played a few matches in my personal account, so you can see that I have already some golden
Yeah,
super trophies.
we're going to spoil a lot of things here, so so be
Yeah,
prepared.
be prepared. So the first track that we have is Hanami. It's we were talking that about that before the beginning of the official beginning of this live stream. Hanami is like a festival
Yeah,
or like a ritual, right?
yeah, exactly. Just to like give context for those who don't know, like we always have this fantasy name for the track, which is the first name here, and the second one is the region, the city, the place that the race is taking part of. Hanami is the act. It's two things. It's a festival, cultural festival in Japan related to flowers and uh, like the observation of flowers, and it's also part of a culture. Like it's a word that represents the act of like appreciate the flowers. So we choose this name because this is a very this place is known for its cherry trees and
Hmm.
like the petals and blossoms and stuff like that. So Hanami, uh, it was a really fitting name for that track.
Excellent. Let's start.
So
Let's start playing with
perfect.
that, and we're gonna talk about Dream later.
Yeah,
Let's just start playing the match and then
perfect.
the track, and then we will discuss. We're going further into the new card.
Exactly.
So it's from Arakuida Yama Senjin Park, right?
Exactly.
So for those who don't know anything about Akiris, we are a Brazilian gaming studio. So first of all, we are not from United States, so sometimes our English could be a little bit rusty. But at the same time, we're not from Japan, so maybe we can say something wrong about how to pronounce the Japanese name. So please, for those who are from Japan, forgive us because we're not natives in the language.
Exactly.
So yeah, we can perceive from this beginning of the track that I have very cool landscapes with the mountains, the sunsets. It's something that Horizon Chase 2 try to bring different moods according to the progression through the world tour. So this is it's a like it gives me an autumn mood like okay the flowers are about to die, the leaves are about to drop. So
Exactly. And we try like in the art direction from Japan, we try to use a lot of colors that we are not regular using in the rest of the world tour. So pink was a color that we are trying to really explore here in Japan.
mhm.
Especially you can see like I'm going to stop the car and play bad here, but you can see like the colors of the sky, the colors of the clouds. We're trying to enhance the pink feeling of the place, and also related to the cherry trees
Yeah.
and
Even the river that we were able to spot in some point of the hill,
yeah,
there was like a river with the the lightning from the sky. The river looked like a
like a,
little bit pinkish.
exactly. It's like reflecting the
The
colors of the
temples are
skies.
very beautiful and something that everyone right away recognized as this is Japan,
Exactly.
right?
I'm not going to use nature here just to make like I'm probably going to lose the race, but I want you guys to take a look on the track.
Yeah, we are actually guiding our community through the world, so we're not
Yeah, we're not
competing here.
competing here
Yeah, I know how competitive you are, so
yeah.
I have no doubt that if you want to win, you would.
Yeah, exactly. Here's one of the coolest landscapes that we have here
Yeah,
in Japan
so beautiful.
that you can see like the sunset with the Mount Fuji and this temple here. I think we try really hard to make those like photographic moments that the player can see
Yes,
very cool landscapes and such. So,
that's
yeah.
that's so beautiful. And guys, if you have any feedbacks about our stream, please let us know in the comments because this is like the first dev stream ever from Akiris. We are trying to use our studio to like optimize our resource. So if the audio is not that good, if the quality of the gameplay footage, everything that you may want to give as an advice or a suggestion, please let us know in the chat because we are going to take a look into that and definitely work to improve for the next time. Oh, our dear friend Barry Leach is here with us in the chat. So hello,
Hey
Barry.
Barry, how's it going?
Yeah, Geo Marvel, Daniel, the Genesis driver. We have a lot of uh, famous folks from our community, very engaged players.
Amazing.
Fax 111.7. This is the first time I see Horizon Chase 2, and whoa, it looks amazing. Oh, thank you so much for your feedback. Is there new music too from Barry Lynch?
Yes.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, like I think it's going. Yeah, it's going to play on the second region. I will take a little bit of time. Let's go under each of the
Okay,
tracks, and then we
okay,
show. And
okay.
I can explain a little bit of the briefing for the music and what it's supposed to mean. And one thing that I think it's worth mentioning, like we here in Akira is like the whole team, but especially the game designers and level designers, we are very huge anime fans and like the culture in like Japanese culture in general, anime and Japanese games and the culture behind like the landscapes and how
Mm-hmm.
they we're super fan of this. So there are bits of references and stuff that we want to highlight here in the stream that is not going to be in the game, but are things that I think it's worth mentioning.
Yes, yes, definitely.
That's perfect. Let's go for the second
Let's
one.
go, let's go, let's go. I'm very excited for that. So, colorful fantasy.
Yeah,
So, what we can say about that?
yeah. That's like Hitachi is like a place very known for its flowers and it's a very colorful place. You guys are going to see here in the race if you Google search Hitachi, you're going to like see a lot of like these fields of flowers and colorful fantasy. Like it's although it's just a cool name, it's also a small reference from the director from Final Fantasy, which is a guy who was born in Hitachi, and that's an homage for
Oh,
here. So
that's incredible, and that's the beauty of making games because we
yeah,
can be able to honor our idols by putting some Easter eggs in the.
yeah, very small stuff here that we want to highlight. It's something that most of the players are not going to catch it, but it's something that we're super proud and we want to share
Yeah,
with
for
you guys.
sure. So
Let's go.
let's go. We're using all tracks we're using to highlight the new card called Dream. In the end of all the tracks, we're going to talk more about it. But just so you know, this is the new card that comes with the new update. So yeah, so we can see already like the climb of this hill with a lot of different colors as well,
Yeah,
right? The vegetation that we have around the track is very unique.
it's a very colorful place with like those small towns, very countryside region of Japan with a lot of different colors.
So now it's blue, like all of a sudden it's
Exactly.
blue.
And we also try to create the level design here, like the shape of the track. We try. It's not literally a flower, but we try to come with like
Oh,
a flowery
yeah.
shape for
You can see there in
like
the
small
right side of your screen.
like
And I noticed that this is a track that we use a lot of the different angles of camera when we are like going up or going down. So this is part of the difficulty of the track, right? Because the track itself could be not that hard, but by having these different angles of camera, you have to be prepared for each each turn and
Exactly. This is a very important part of Horizon Chase 2 is like how you use verticality to create like
jumps.
less time for you to predict where you need to
Mm-hmm.
when you need to press the button and how you do with your reflexes. So it's something very different from Horizon Chase Turbo, which is a game that literally is rendering the track like 100 meters away from you. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit more artificial than here. So here we use a lot of verticality and curves to make sure the player needs to deal with his reflexes.
And what we can say about that thing over there? Is there like a amusement park or
Sorry.
something like that?
The you mean the like the temple that appear up there?
Not a temple.
Ah,
I, I don't know the
yeah,
name
the
of it.
wheel, the
The
giant
giant
wheel.
wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something that Kaio, our level designer, would be more in touch with what it is. But I think there is some kind of amusement park or something there in Hitachi that he
It's
wanted
famous
to.
for.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Like just to give context to you guys, like I work as the lead game designer for the project, but the level design is Kyle's responsibility. So all the research, all the things, he's very much into it, and he knows exactly
Mm-hmm.
why the thing. And most of like our content team, the people that draw the landscapes and model the things, they also go very deep into research and understanding the place.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of the stuff here might be not
Yeah, yeah,
exactly
for
what you
sure.
say.
And this is something very important for me personally because, as you guys may notice, since I joined the community, this is one of the biggest things that I want to bring to our players is having more transparency and sharing more information about our making of. Now you have more. I'll be creating more opportunities for you guys to learn more how we do what we do and you love so much. So right now I'm talking with the lead game designer, but we're gonna have other dev streams with different people from different areas of our development, and this is gonna be so cool because our idea is to share with the community more information about how we do our games, and by doing that, our community will be able to provide better feedbacks on how we can improve it. So it's a win-win situation for
Exactly.
everyone. So let's go finally to the third track of Kanto because this is probably
The most iconic.
the most iconic from
Yeah.
this update because we have this giant robot, right?
Exactly.
It's like you can see it from
The thumbnail.
from the thumbnail already, but like when you go down, you go back, yeah,
Here. Yeah,
you can see
the
there,
giant
like you can see the full Japan map, and you can see the temples and the giant robot in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
Akihabara Electric Town.
Exactly. Akihabara was like the name Electric Town. I think for the people who played Horizon Chase Turbo, it's the same name that we give to Akihabara in Horizon Chase Turbo. So we come up with the same name here to make a reference from the
Yeah.
first game. The giant robot. Let's just talk a little bit about this.
Because this is a very important question. The Ice Freezer, one of our players here, Ice Freezer, asked, "Can we play with the robot?" This is very
No.
important, so we can
Yeah.
just like let it clear. No,
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
an asset.
Like it's an object during the race. It's something very big that appears in the race. It's not something that you play with, but it's something that it's very iconic from the race. As you guys know from Horizon Chase Turbo, in Electric Town Akihabara, you also have like this giant robot. It's something that appears in the first game too, and the reason that we highlighted here as well is because one, a reference from the first game. Second, we are very fans of the culture behind mechas and Japanese stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm super fan of most of the mecha stuff, but especially Gurren Lagann. I'm a huge fan of that anime, and it's something that we want to highlight as a very iconic thing from Japan. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the main reason.
That's very important because we're about to share in our YouTube, actually now our social media channels, a very cool Japan trailer. So we're gonna show up the whole Japan update with a very cool trailer with the anime inspirations, and this is gonna have like this trailer is gonna have the giant robot moving around through the map, but this is only just for like artistic purpose. We're not
It's
actually
not really
giving the
doing
opportunity for players to
exactly.
play with the robots. It's just to show the speed of the game and how much or how faster are our cars comparing to like a giant robot or every different enemy that would appear to
Exactly.
compete. Okay, let's.
I think uh, one thing nice to show you guys here is we have like the customization options here in Horizon Chase 2,
Oh, that's
and
very cool.
for the players that are currently playing the game, now you're going to be able to like buy the stuff directly from the car selection
Yeah,
with
life
quality of life
quality of
update.
life improvement. That's very important.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, before you have to go here in the garage shop to buy those things, and now you can
Yes,
go directly to the car selection um, flow. And you can not only you can buy stuff from here. I'm going to buy this pen here. I'm going to equip it. You also can check like there's these missions here, like play 30 times with this car, and now you can check like your
uh huh.
progression there, and that's something very for those who are trying to achieve all the things in the game. That's a
That's
super cool
yeah.
quality of
So
life.
please play with the with this card so I can unlock it in my personal account
Yeah, yeah.
and I can have it for.
Let's buy. Let's spend all your
Okay,
credits.
that's about is very cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so
let's go.
Akihabara is like a district, like a
In
region of
Tokyo,
Tokyo, right?
exactly. It's not literally a city, but it's like a piece of Tokyo. And here, like, it's completely electric town, right? It's something that is it's although the city is under the nightshade, the place is completely alive, and it's something that shows the all the culture and electric things from Japan. You can see
Yeah,
it here, like
because
you enter this giant shopping
they're
mall, and
they're they're like two different Japans when we think about Japan in pop culture.
yeah,
We can think of like samurais, temples, and all the classic old stuff, and also the
different
live city that is like the big metropolis,
technology,
the technology and robots and
video games,
lights and
exactly.
and when I think about this modern Japanese version, I always think about a city during the night. Oh,
There's the giant
there's the
robot
giant robot, and there's also a very cool sound
sound,
design stuff, right?
and you
Because
go
we can
through
see
the
the sound
lens.
effects of like going under the giant robot, and there's a dinosaur there.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the third lap. I'm going to be a little bit slower so
Yeah,
you can see.
please.
But yeah, I think Akihabara represents the best of this second part of Japan that you saw. That is the electric part of Japan, the
Uh
video
huh.
game part of Japan, the lights, the the anime culture and stuff like that. And I think it's not only represented in our game, but also in real life too, right?
Yes.
Um,
Okay, so
okay,
we're about.
that's
So just let's gonna just listen to the sound effects when
we're
sound
going
effect
through
that
the
we
yeah.
yeah. So shh, quiet community.
Here.
That's incredible.
That's
It's
a
like
good.
a very Japanish sound, right?
If you guys see, like
And
it's not
there. Oh,
here.
there's a
There's a
an octopus
giant squid on the roof of the
squid,
yeah, and you have like this giant dinosaur there. The dinosaur
like
was
a
also
Godzilla thing.
exactly was something that we also are referencing from Horizon Chase 2, which has the giant robot and
Uh
the
huh.
giant dinosaur at some section of the place. Have like the big parts of light here are like the most calm stuff, and we have like a lot of video games and controllers and like
Yeah.
those very iconic lights and outdoors and stuff like that. And
Uh,
here's like a
our,
big shopping mall and stuff.
our friend from the community, Daniel, the Chinese driver, asked if there's any chance of us. Let me go. Is there any possibility to see some vehicles from Horizon Chase Turbo into Horizon Chase 2?
I mean, I cannot say like the future plans related to that, but I think like it's not something that we are like closely looking at, but it's something that if the community is very eager to it, we are going to listen and we are
Yeah.
going to think about how to include that in our future plans for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's important that to say that we are going to take all the feedbacks into consideration, but at the same time, we're trying to do and make a different game. It's
Exactly.
like it's important to have their own unique vehicle. So, like we have some assets from Horizon Chase Turbo in some of our level design section. Maybe we can have in our cars, but
Yeah.
this is not our priority because we are trying to make it unique and new, and actually an evolution of our franchise, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, like we like to like have reference from the first game. You can see like the first car that you have unlocked is the Cruiser R, which is like the second version, the second version of the original Cruiser.
Mm-hmm.
You have like the Nave, which is like very similar to the cable guy from the first game. Uh, we try to make reference from the first game as well, and we want to keep doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can see we're we're going to talk about the dream in a minute, but the dream also have like one. I think I can show it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, uh, here in the customization, you can see like we have references like this one, which is you can see up there is called Deja Vu, which is a reference from Initial D, but also from the
Horizon Chase
original
Turbo.
car in Horizon Chase Turbo. So we are trying to give the flavor from Horizon Chase Turbo as well, but like literally picking up the same cars and putting in the game
Mm-hmm.
is not something that we are closely looking at. But again, if the community is very eager to have this kind of references, like why not? Like we also like to introduce
Yeah.
this kind of stuff to the
And this
community.
may be the first opportunity that we have to talk directly to the community about the challenge of making a second game of a successful franchise, because we know the things that worked well in Horizon Chase Turbo, and now we have the duty to make an entire different game with the good part of that, but at the same time with new stuff that we want to show, we want to make, we want to
Exactly.
create, and explore the things that we weren't able to explore in Horizon Chase Turbo, and now we have the opportunity to do with Horizon Chase 2. So we're going to more questions later,
Mm-hmm.
but
Have to Fushimi Naritashi.
yes, so let's
Okay.
go with that. The head shrine.
Okay, the head shrine is like the name is a reference from a place in this region, so it's not like a Easter egg or something. And the head shrine is a way more natural place. It's that
Mm-hmm.
place very known for the red gates that you can
Mm-hmm.
see in Japan. So it's a track of few laps. It's a very challenging track, and it has like a giant branching path in the middle of the track, and you can see that one is shorter than the other, but with a lot more curves in it.
Okay, the splitted way.
Exactly. So I'm taking the hard route here.
So this is a bigger track, but with few
Few
laps.
laps. Yeah, exactly.
Right. This is important for the level design of the things, because we don't have necessarily all the tracks following the same format of having like three laps with
Exactly.
the almost same amount of time required to finish. So we always try to vary,
Great variety.
diversify more.
Exactly. Like this is the one of the main pillars of our level design is to create a lot of variety, like having like giant tracks with fewer laps, sprint laps, places with a lot of verticality, completely plain races. So we try
Hmm.
to come up with very different and trying to distribute this in the world tour to not making like the game feels repetitive. So this is
Yes.
something
And
very
and
important
now
for us.
have a change of weather, right? Now it's
Exactly.
raining.
It's raining, so like your car has like less handling on the section of the track. It's starting on the second lap. As you guys can see, like it's a very related to nature map, like a lot of cool landscapes.
Natural, yeah.
And you're going like uphill, and you see like the clouds here, like just go a little bit higher here. See that you are always going up, and then you go down here. Here is a place that
Yeah,
you
the
can see.
entire gray landscape because it's raining, so it's how it
Exactly.
should be looking if you were actually in there.
Exactly. A lot of fog here.
Did you throw off tracks that start from point A to B without doing any lap? Let's talk about the sprint races.
Yeah, we have one. It's the next one, and I'm going to talk
Yeah.
a little bit
So
about
yes,
the
we
track
have
here.
that.
We
We
have
have that, and it's very. I personally love those kind of
yeah,
races because you have just one shot to get all the blue coins. You
yeah,
have one shot to like get all the nitro points. I don't.
Exactly, and have the best record, the best leaderboard score. And it's something very challenging for us because like it's very different to design a track that you don't have with like it seems very obvious, but like the way we balance blue coins on the first game is you always have three or two or four or five times to pick up those blue coins. So it's something very different
And
from
sometimes you have to like memorize where it is, so
exactly.
you can adjust right before
and
the turn.
and we have to think about like the sprint races as something very different. Like we don't want to work a lot of with memorization, like because you're not going to rotate, and we don't want like the players to feel like they need to memorize that race and repeat on the like during retries. So it's our design pillar here on the sprint races was to like have the distribution not so hard and something that you if you have like very good reflexes you can deal with. It's different from the rest of the world too, where like we put blue coins on a curve. It's something that you almost never going to pick up in the first time
Mm-hmm.
because it requires like in the second curve I need to be at
Yes.
this position. That's something that we try to avoid the most in those sprint races.
Also because sometimes during the first lap you are trying to get like more positions. You want to be in the front of
Exactly.
the race. So you are more concerned about like getting the free spaces to.
Exactly, and there is something very specific about Horizon Chase design of artificial intelligence, which is like when you're starting the race, like we have like this narrative storytelling during the race. When you're starting the race, you are on this giant cluster of enemies that you're trying to avoid until you pick like the 10th position, and then it relieves a little bit, and you have more space to drive, and you can use nitro, and then you find another small cluster of enemies, and eventually you are trying to like
Compete
face
against.
the first and the second enemies at the front row, and then you complete the race. That's
Hmm.
something that is our design is part of. Like we try to design the game as well as this. And on sprint races, like the section where you are like free of space, you're not it's different from the start of the race where you have a lot of enemies. So we cannot position like blue coins at the beginning of the races because we're not going to have another lap and you
Hmm.
might have this giant cluster of enemies at that place. So it's very different to design blue coins and
Yes.
collectibles for those sprint races.
And you can see that I missed one, so
Yeah.
maybe you can
Exactly.
help me with the golden
I'll try to
filter.
pick up here.
Okay.
And also we have the
The same track with a different mode that is
yeah,
the
it's
break
the
the
break the
box.
boxes, and I think I don't think I'm going to. I think that's the first sprint races with break the boxes, so that's
Yes.
something new too. So
Yes.
let's go with the one. So Arashiyama, I think it's my favorite track from Japan. It's like
Yeah.
a huge track that has a lot of different places, but there is one place that I'm super proud, which is a small section of the track that represent the Japanese toges, which is
Mm-hmm.
those mountain places where people uses for drift races
Uh
and stuff
huh.
like that at night, and that's something that is very referenced from Initial D
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Japanese drift culture.
I would say that I was about to say that Daniel noticed the initial D reference with the name of the track.
Yes, yes, yes,
Gas,
yes,
gas,
yes,
gas.
completely. Yeah, I'm super fan of Initial D and the teams.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell.
Yeah. Also, the name, like the car is named Dream, and that's also a reference from
To
Initial
initial
D,
D,
which
right?
is the D from Initial D stands for Dream.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah.
And as we were talking before, if you just joined our stream, we are showing up the Japanese update, and this is the a sprint race. So we
Exactly.
don't have different laps. You start
Exactly.
in one place and finish in another, and you don't have a second chance to go in there.
Here,
Okay.
no, yeah. Here you have like this zigzag place where we are like trying to emulate the drift areas here, and you have like this giant wall on
Mm-hmm.
the left place. This is like a very whole structure from these mountains of where people
Yes.
uh, drift at
Go
night.
drift.
Is we call it
Yes.
the tunnels. Here you have like a bamboo forest in this place.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to play like before the stream ends, I'm going to play like seriously on a track because
People are gonna think that
yeah,
you're not
it's
that good.
super bad.
Oh.
Here, I just crossed the bridge that you saw in the beginning
Yeah,
of
in
the
the
race.
first.
You can see
So yeah, this is a cool thing because in some part of the level design, you see a different part of the track that you are going to
yeah,
go through, right?
exactly. That's something super cool that we could achieve with Horizon Chase 2. It's something that we could not do on Horizon Chase 2 due to how the game
Yeah.
was technically made.
The 3D vision, not like the way that the car actually moves around the map.
Exactly, because here you are literally racing in a 3D place,
3D place,
and
3D
Horizon
environment.
Chase 2 was not
Oh, that
like
that
that.
part is so hard for me. I go,
Yeah, like this is the
especially
hardest
because of the
part.
colors. Oh my god,
Yeah,
where should I go?
that's something very 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 cool. If you guys try to search for Arashiyama on Google, you can see like this festival of like this color tubes that they go
Mm-hmm.
and spread through the city. So yeah, Arashiyama. And let me just take a moment. I will try really quick just to highlight. Here is the track from Japan. This track, the soundtrack here
Oh,
in this race is exclusive from Japan, and I want you guys to hear. So I'll stop talking a little bit.
game sound a bit too low to hear correctly.
Yeah. So just talking a little bit about the briefing of this track, the soundtrack here, we try to come up with like I think the main brief, and Barry can correct me if I'm wrong, but the main brief is trying to have like instrumental things from Japan,
Yeah.
while also trying to have a little bit of reference from Eurobeat tracks, which is something very known, not only on Initial D, but this culture of drift is very known from this Eurobeat
Mm-hmm.
vibe and the
Yeah.
vibrant
Yeah, Barry
electric.
was actually talking about that some time ago. Let me go back to his
Ah, perfect.
um, blah, 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 blah. Japanese tune features taiko drums, Japanese flute, and some anime grooves.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I want to highlight here is the anime groove because the whole update in Japan, like we try to come up with references and stuff from anime, and I think that's a very subtle one. But one thing that is super cool, like we have this car named Dream, and we have like the wordplay with like Chase Your Dreams, Horizon Chase,
Yes.
and also the track. It's something that it have this anime opening vibe that we're like
Yes.
striving for the victory and trying to conquer something, and that's the message that most of animes, especially like the
Most
shonen
famous.
ones,
Yes.
they are always trying to come up with this like chase your dreams and try to conquer
Yeah.
your fears and stuff like that, and we try to sprinkle this over this new country,
Yeah.
and that's
Th-
something.
This kind of soundtrack brings me back right to my childhood when I was watching Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, exactly.
Naruto, and all
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
animes that I watched. Okay, so let's go with the ancestral city, Osaka.
Yeah, ancestral city, like the name here, is because we try to picture Osaka. We try to show Osaka a mix of something very nature and ancestral, the temples and stuff, and also the city part of Osaka, like the buildings and stuff, like and how the contrast between those two kind of things can work together. So the name is reference from that, and you can play
I
like
can play.
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
let's
let me play. So I
yeah,
will.
exactly. I want to see someone play so I can talk a little bit about the race
Oh
of
my
the
god, I
Osaka.
didn't see that. Okay. because of the microphone.
Yeah.
So I
So
noticed the dinosaur again. There's some dinosaurs in.
exactly. Like this is like a mix of Akihabara and the other regions from the game in a sense of like how we distribute the things. So here is a very nature part of like you're going through a park and you guys saw this giant temple at the beginning of the race. So you saw the giant temple at the beginning of the races, and now you're going through the whole city, and you're going through the electric part of the city, and eventually you're going to reach that temple.
It's a great mix.
Yeah, and it's like you're foreshadowing the temple at the beginning of the races, showing to the player, and eventually reaching that place. And right
I
now,
have random moments to use my nitro. So
yeah, no problem.
okay, so now we are
You're,
like going through the garden of the temple, right?
exactly, you're like going through around the
Around the
temple.
temple, right?
Exactly.
This is something that Barry noticed and highlighted in chat before.
Mhm.
That it's we can see this feature of Horizon Chase 2 right from the very first map with the Golden Bridge.
Exactly.
You saw the bridge and then you go through the bridge. So we have this. We want always to try to bring this feeling, right?
Exactly. Like we try to like one of the pillars from the game is like in the first one was the horizons, and that's why the name of the game is Horizon Chase. And you will always see these beautiful horizons in the background. And on Horizon Chase, you will want to keep that feeling of like seeing a giant horizon of like these giant assets and giant objects that you can see on the background. But we want the player to eventually go through that asset, you go through that bridge, and you reach that temple, and something that when you have the illustrated background from Horizon Chase Turbo, you never reach that place. It's something that you're always chasing for. And here in Horizon Chase 2, like we want the player to feel like see that place, see that it's a background, and eventually be there.
Uh-huh.
So it's something very important for us in Horizon Chase 2.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Getting the blue coins. Final lap. Let's see if I can still get the first place. I'm not very good. A very good driver. I need like
It's not that
I need to warm up, and this is hard to do when we're trying to do our first ever live stream.
Yeah, and this is like the last counter from the game. It's supposed to be hard, and like
It's supposed to be harder than Thailand, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's harder than Thailand for sure. And we like I'm not a good driver too, but I've played these races like more than I'm proud of. Like I've played a lot of those
More
races.
than you're proud of. It's your job. It's okay to have played that much.
So I'm completely blinded with how the tracks were made. So it's easier when you play the thing 100 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I will. Got it.
That's a good one.
And this is something beautiful from the game design of Horizon Chase 2 because I just like got the first place in like the final turns.
Yeah, and
the very final part of the track.
And that's something that we do by design. Like we want the player to feel like the closest as possible, like feeling that they are almost didn't get it. Like
almost didn't get, but in the very final moment I got it. And it's something very that matches what we were talking about, the anime culture.
Exactly. And that's something like in game design we call this a fiero moment, which is that moment that you like, yes.
Yes.
And that's something we always try to get here in the design. So we have the last region here, which is Hokkaido. We have 3 tracks, and those are the last tracks from the game. And the Sapporo and Lake Mashu one is like the final challenge from the game. Is like the 2 most difficult places in the game. So we have like a short brief of flowers again here in Furano. Like you are going to a more calm place, a countryside place, and then eventually you go to Sapporo, which is like heavy, snowy, and Lake Mashu is like a giant volcano.
Giant volcano. This is
so let's
very cool.
Let's come here in Furano. Furano is like lovely lavender, is something very calm and countryside.
Rural.
And when I think that's something cool to talk about Furano. When we are discussing how the design of this track is going to be made, we start to imagine like going maybe in the snowy part of Fureno, which is like very like skiing and stuff like that, or we could go on the and design the flower section of Fureno, like on the spring or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't decide, so we put the both things here. So you are going to the flower part of Furano, and eventually you are going uphill and going to the ski part. So
So it's a win-win situation because if we couldn't decide, the community got them all.
yeah, exactly. And it's super cool race because you're going through different islands. You're
Yeah.
here, and the flowers and the stuff are beautiful, and you can see like the snowy mountains in the background.
Yes.
And eventually,
Oh, the snowy mountains. Got it.
yeah,
Okay. One thing that I found very cool about this specific track is that you can see the blue coins from a different angle, so you know that in the middle of those
yeah,
that vegetation, you're going to pick up some blue coins.
exactly. So you're
Okay.
here on the skiing station, and then you're zigzagging like you're skiing
Skiing.
back to
Right.
the little section of the race. It's a short race here and a
Yeah.
very challenging one. Less challenging
Yes.
than the next three, but it's like the last region from the game. So
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And you know how the snowing part of this of Japan, per se, not just this track, but the whole country, is different from what we had in Italy.
it's different because like Japan have more snow than the Italy region. Like it's have more snowy places and the Japan itself is more known from its snow than like Italy.
Mm-hmm.
As well as like one track in Brazil, which is Gramado. Like we try to come up with snow because of that argument that I said about variation. Like we
Mm-hmm.
want the places to have very
Yes. Sure.
variation. But Japan, like Morocco, is known from the sandstorms, and Japan
Mm-hmm.
is known from the snow. You see, like here is already snowing, and you're going through.
And it's getting night, so
Exactly. And you start
it's
to
getting
see less
darker.
of the track, and like there's a little bit of fog here,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually we end up here the track on a snowy situation because the next track is going to be like a very heavy snowy situation.
Yeah.
That's something very important that we do here in Horizon Chase, which is like we need to make the player journey make sense. We don't pick at random the track. So here at Forana, we wanted to end the thing on a snowy situation to eventually go to Sapporo and face the snow, and eventually I'm going to spoil what I'm going to show, but eventually clean that snow and go into the fire situation here
Yes.
in the last track.
Yeah. And Daniel already spotted that looked just like how we
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
end of
that
Horizon Turbo.
exactly like Horizon Chase Turbo, and the last race is Kilauea, which is like the volcano in Hawaii. And we try to come up with the same final design here, one for homage for the Horizon Chase Turbo, but also because um, it makes a lot of sense to end up the game with a
Yes, for
giant
sure.
volcano and
For
exploding
sure.
and stuff.
And this is something very important, as we were talking before, if you just joined our stream, that it's a hard challenge for us to pick up some things to keep in Horizon Chase 2 and some things to like not abandon but just move on and try out different features and things for our game. So this is a very snowing track. I'm gonna recover. I'm gonna get a question from before because I didn't have the opportunity to ask before.
Mhm.
When we have the night modes during our tracks, some
Mhm.
of our players were asking about the lights of the cars because it looks like the other cars, the enemies, they have a better light than us, than our car. And this is something that we did by design or something that we can still change.
I think I think that's a perception because like it's the
It's the
very
same.
it's completely the same. I think that's
Okay.
something related to the camera or something perception of the player, but
Yeah.
it should not like be something that because the light mm, is not a lot about like really lightening the place. It's more like the mood of like you're
Yes.
lighting up the car. We want the challenge like the visibility challenges to be
It's not
there,
like we had in Horizon Chase Turbo that some tracks were completely.
dependent of that light, right? Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So here you can see like this track. I think this track is very interesting because here the story, the narrative story here, you're like going up like a ski mountain. So
Mm-hmm.
you're like on this this journey of like going up, 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 and eventually you reach the top of the
Yeah.
mountain, which called skiing in the skies, right? So
Yes.
here are the skies, here are the top of the mountain, and then you go downhill like a skiing track, right? There is zigzag with the flags here, like you're going the same thing
Yes.
in the skiing sport.
And even the assets, they remind me a little bit of Italy with like the ski part, because they
Yeah,
show where your you don't have like
the curved
physical
signs.
objects to stop you from going right through the turns, but you have the some assets to show you which is the better.
Exactly. And here in Sapporo we have like the heaviest storm from the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys now it's clearing up, but like the storm that goes on lap two is the heaviest storm in the game. I don't know if you guys everyone here played Horizon Chase Turbo, but Sapporo was probably the hardest stage in Horizon Chase Turbo. We have this region there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Daniel was talking about that actually in the chat. Yeah,
yeah,
the
like
bonus circuit.
yeah, it's the bonus circuit from Japan. I think like Kilauea is very difficult, but I think the thematic thing from like the volcano exploding is more frightening than
Yes.
the track itself. But Sapporo is like it's a traumatic thing for me.
Yeah.
It's
But
very
I
very
was
very
about
hard.
to say how different it looks. The very same part of the track with a different mode. Because
Exactly.
before we were facing a snowstorm, and now we were just like,
Clear
okay,
skies,
it's a
right?
clear sky, so it looks like a different
Completely different.
place.
Yeah, and it's super cool for the player because if the track is all the time on clear skies, you don't value that clear skies. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're going on a storm situation and you're like striving to see the light,
Yeah.
and then everything cleans up, it feels amazing. So that's something that we always try to explore on our tracks. And yeah, I
Yeah.
love Sapporo. Like it's something that we really like from the first game as well.
We have a player called Hobson. He's from Rio Grande do Sul, actually, very close to our
Oh,
studio, and
nice.
he said that the downhill looks awesome, and he's excited to play on PS4.
Amazing.
So yeah, let's go to
The last stage here.
the last stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is like we kind of spoiled that before, but this is the stage that brings closure to our progression,
Yeah.
to the world, to our narrative, and this is important because when we released the game, the last stage was Thailand,
Yeah.
and it was not the end.
Yeah. Lampang was the last stage from Thailand, which is like it is very hard stage. It is a very like serpentine design in the whole stage, but it's not the closure that we wanted from the game. And Lake Mashu here is like a proper closure for the game. And we're going to spoil here, so
Yeah.
if you guys don't want spoilers, don't watch it. But let's go through it.
Yeah, let's see that, because I have a feeling that our players are going to love
Yeah.
how
So you
how
have
this track works. Yeah.
we have like three main acts from this track. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're starting here, and a little bit of snow are, are falling far, and you can see that there is a giant volcano in the background, and
Which
that's
is a great contrast, the
exactly
ice and the fire, the snow
exactly
and the lava.
exactly very strong contrast here. And eventually, like you're always seeing the volcano. That commentary that I did about like seeing the background and eventually reaching it. Here's
Yes.
like a very easy
And now it's
example.
just chaos. Like,
and
oh my god,
and you are on like on this very curvy place, very serpentine
are my
design
tires
here.
going to survive to this level?
Yeah, and then eventually like you end up in this lava cave here, and everything is very claustrophobic and intense here. Eventually like it clears up, and you have
Yeah.
like the brief part of like the place that where you can breathe,
Go back to.
go back to like the straight lines, and eventually the volcano starts to erupt, and you can see like
Okay, so it's getting harder now.
exactly the car is being affected. It's less handling now, and you can see like the visibility of the track
Oh,
becomes way worse. We are seeing the volcano erupting,
this is
and
purely
like it's
chaos.
completely chaos, and we have very low visibility. And like it's the second act from the race is when like things are hard to see, and the fire starts to appear more in the whole track because the volcano start to erupt, and you go through this from two whole laps. in the
Someone said
race.
that it's without Yado.
What?
It's just like Can you guys hear as well? Did we lost the microphone because we never changed anything? Okay, so we're going to the third act now.
Yeah. So
Fourth,
we're
actually.
yeah,
No, no,
like
no, this is the third. Yeah.
yeah. When I say like the act, like we have like
No, the lap. I was talking about that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. The third
I'm
lap.
sorry.
Yeah. Um.
They can hear us, so it's okay. Thank you, Barry.
Okay.
Okay, so now you got the first place, but now you have to survive to
Yeah, and
like still in the first place to the end of the lap.
yeah, it's like, and I didn't
You cannot
collide.
crash. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't collide in the whole race, so it's a very challenging race. And eventually, you start to go up the mountain, and like the ashes start to
Even
flow
there,
down.
there are some ashes. Yes.
Yeah, but very slowly, it's going to clear the skies. And you're going to the finishing of the race, and
Okay.
you start to see clear skies, and you are going through the
Because you feel that you finish the game, you know.
yeah, you achieved that, and everything is the finish touch, and you can see like clear skies, and you're back, and that's the, the end of the game.
First place
Blazing
with new record. Thank you
Yeah.
for setting the bar so up so
got,
high.
got all the blue cards for you as well.
Awesome.
So, and that's something very interesting from Japan. Like when we started developing Japan, we picked up Lake Mashu, and Lake Mashu was not meant to be the last stage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because we thought Lake Mashu as like this, just like running around the lake. And then one thing that the whole team notices, like there is a giant volcano there that we were going to represent that volcano in the inactive form, like it's not going to be erupting. But everyone saw a super cool opportunity to bring that to the last stage and make it like super fiery place. And so we changed the design from the race that we thought was going to be the last, and we make Lake Mashu way harder than it should in the first design, which is way easier because it was meant to be, I think, the second or third racing from Japan, and we changed the whole thing to make this more climatic ending from the game. And I think that's like it worked super well for the finishing of the game, and we're super proud of Japan content, and we really are eager to see the players playing and giving us feedback. So I hope you guys like it to hear the demonstration of the whole thing.
That was actually incredible. Now we can go back and talk a little bit more about the dream car.
Yes.
So just talking a little bit about the design and what he was thought about.
So the dream car is basically like it's very representing the drift culture from Japan. It's very inspired by cars that we can see like in the Japan culture of drift. That, for example, you can see on how do you say that in English? Velozes y Furiosos, Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, you can see on the Fast and Furious movies, the Tokyo Drift one. You can see cars like this. So it's meant to have a lot of inspirations based on a lot of cars that highlight this kind of like drift culture and stuff like that. So we have like different colors for the car, and we have this one that makes a reference from Initial D and also from Horizon Chase Turbo. We have this that references the speed, the wind. The name of this one is Fujin, which represents the god of the winds from Japan. And we have this one that I will talk about this one because it's appearing on like our marketing images in the trailer. It's like I cannot show you guys, but there's a giant dragon.
Which we need? We need to achieve the super trophy.
Yeah, all the super trophies in Japan. No. I think we are a little bit too far from this, but
it's too.
Yeah, but you have to have the breaking boxes stages as well.
Oh, they're only gold. Oh, yeah,
so
we are too far.
Yeah, we are too far away from this. So, but there is like you guys can see on the market image it's a paint where there's a giant dragon on the side of the car, and that paint is like reference the whole thing of like Japanese culture of dragons and mythical creatures and stuff like that. The name of the paint is Like a Dragon, which is a reference from Yakuza. It's a Japanese game, Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it's a very recent game. So yeah, like I said, we try to reference animes, games, and stuff that comes from Japan because we're super excited to see
Yeah,
stuff like
this
that.
body is actually very cool too, right?
Yeah, it's going to appear on the trailer
On
when
the
we
trailer.
release it.
So if you want to see more about the dream car, just check out our trailer that's going to be released very very soon. One thing that I would like to highlight as well is because since you told me that in Japan we try to put different things that were missing in the rest of the World Tour and the Horizon Chase True Progression. The base color of Dream is pink because as you told us, the pink color was the most missing one.
Exactly. It is the main color of Japan. It's clear that like we are trying to come up with, as I said, pink skies and pink blossom trees and stuff like that. So it's logical reason to go with pink color from green. And I think it's the only car that the main color. Let's just pick the main color here. I think it's the only car that the main color is pink, right? Right.
I think
Yeah.
the cruiser has like a
It's
pinkish.
purple, right?
Oh, it's purple. It's
Yeah, it's
purple.
purple here, and the Sentinel is this
It's
one.
green.
Yeah, this one is orange color, I think.
No, it's
No, it's the blue color, yeah. So it's the first really pinky car, and we try to come up with this thematic from Japan. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Like
the ghost at the same time. Okay, so guys, I think we are going to we are arriving to the end of our dev stream. It's a very cool experience and a very cool first experience to be able to share with you all the phases, all the stages, everything about how we thought about the new update, the making of, the details, the Easter eggs, the reference. We are very proud of it, and now we finally delivered the last piece of our World Tour progression. This is not the end of Horizon Chase Europe.
no,
Of course, we have
not.
tons of content
Yeah,
prepared for next year, and this update will be available in our current platforms during this week. So stay tuned in our social media channels to learn when it's going to be available for you. And for those who are asking about other platforms, as we talk in our communications, our social medias, they're going to be available in the main platforms in the next year, 2023. So we don't still don't have the we are not allowed to say exactly when and where which platforms, but this is our standard our default answer. And man, I'm very very happy for the engagement of our community because a lot of people were asking questions here. They engaged with the content. They understood what we were talking, and this is very important for me because now I can ask them better questions since they know more information. And I'm very very happy for having the opportunity to showing Japan in first hand to everyone and having the opportunity to have you here answering questions and talk more about that.
super cool to talk about this stuff, and I'm super excited. There's one last thing that I
Yes,
just want to
please,
ask.
be my guest.
Can we
You
show?
are my guest.
Yeah. Can we show like the because we're going to rotate the rewards from the playground
Yes,
as well?
sure.
Can we show the scheme that is going to be available, or that's something that we're holding for the market?
I have no. I think we can.
Okay.
Like
So can you change the camera because I need to unlock this
okay,
thing via
so
the bug tool here, but I want to show
just
you guys.
one, yeah, just oh my god, how I do that? It's going there and
Yeah.
oh, what's going on?
I'm sorry about that.
Okay,
This
got
is
it.
something-
So okay, we are back to this
Let me just change something here in the like the
in
bug.
the game. Okay,
Yeah.
so now Matheus is doing his magic.
Yeah.
He is
There's a
going
magic
to
of
get
unlocking everything in the game.
unlocking everything. So
I
I'm just seeing, but I cannot narrate to you what he's doing.
yeah.
But
I pressed the wrong button.
okay, you press the wrong.
No problem.
No problem at
One
all.
second. Just want to highlight this because it's awesome.
Like if this is something secret for the community, it's just like for marketing purpose. We are at least doing a spoiler here. We're spoiling them, and this is an exclusive thing for those who watched our first dev stream. So they earned that.
Yeah, completely. They deserve to see.
They deserve to see.
Okay, you can share. Yeah.
Okay, I can share. So going back to our gameplay. Okay.
As you guys see, like the last playground season that we have, we gave to the players the cars.
Oh, got it.
The last skin, the last paint was the cruiser with like the Halloween theme. So here in the next season that they're coming with Japan, we're going to have this last skin from Dumba, which is the holidays skin. I'm going to just change here
It's incredible.
the to
Oh, I got it. I
the left.
remember now. I
Yeah,
noticed. Yes, please share
yeah.
that with the community
I
because I know that they are going to love it.
yeah, that's something super cool that we have, and I think you guys are going to love because like
It's written in Portuguese.
yeah,
Boas festas, like
it's
happy holidays.
Happy Holidays is Boas Festas. So you have like and that's one of my favorite things from the update. It's something that our sound designer did. It's like you have the horn here, and I don't know if you guys know that you can horn the car if you press
R3.
with the gamepad here. You have like this little bell,
Okay.
but the thing that is nice that you can see it's the sound is a little bit different every time you play. So if you play in the correct rhythm,
Oh, got it. Can hear jingle bells.
so that's something that is amazing and exclusive from this paint here, and I find this is super nice
Yeah.
to
People are going nuts here in the chat. They're very happy with that. So you guys just pay attention to what I'm going to say here. Did you notice how um, how can I say that? How secret this is? How very well detailed this is? Ta- I would strongly recommend our players to keep exploring our game because there are some
yeah,
things that we're not going to reveal, and it's up to you guys to
yeah,
explore and to find out. That's
yeah,
it. That's
and
my
that
final advice.
yeah, it's not the only car that has a
No,
different horn.
no.
That's for sure, and
Just
it's already on the
explore,
game.
and we're going to be adding more and more and more. And this is on the house. This is like for free for you.
Yeah,
So
that's
now you know. But keep exploring. That will be more content like that, more Easter eggs to
exactly.
find. Okay,
Thanks a lot,
um,
guys.
guys, thank you so much. We're about to end this stream. Thank you so much for your presence, Matheus. It's an honor, and I hope we can do that more often.
Yeah,
We have more big updates planned for next year, and it's going to be very cool if we can do that again, so we can show to the community, um, like take the community through the development process, and that is very important. And guys, don't forget to share in the comments. Don't forget share in the comments the your Discord username so I can get you the Horizon Challenge event points. We're gonna have more and more things coming up in the next few weeks for the Horizon Challenge. This update will be available this week for our current platforms, and it's going to be awesome to have the community feedback about that. So don't forget to go to our social media channels or the Discord feedbacks and suggestions channel and share with us what you thought about the update, suggestions about it, feedbacks, things that you would like to be different, you'd like to be better. It's very important for us to, of course, it's awesome to read these compliments, but we want to make it better. So
yeah,
for it, in order to make it better, we need to understand what would be the concept of better for our players that
exactly.
we love so
Like,
much.
exactly. And thanks a lot for inviting me. It's an honor to be here and talk to our players. Uh, I, I apologize for my English. It's a little bit
No,
rusty. It's
it
been
was
like two
incredible.
years
It
without
was
speaking in
incredible.
English. So, but I think you guys understood the thing that I was
Yeah,
trying to express and how much we love making this game for you guys and making this game for us as well because we love playing
yeah,
Horizon Chase. We are big fans of the franchise. So it's been super nice year and I hope like we
yeah.
can continue to do that and see future updates here show to you guys.
We had players from Brazil, from Colombia, from France. So please let us know in the comments where you're from, so we can take a look. It's important to know where our community is from because this is a game about exploring new countries. So it's cool to see which kind of opportunities we could have in the future.
Exactly. It's a game about traveling, right? So
Yeah, it's about traveling. So, guys, let's finish here. You guys are gonna have a few more minutes to share your comments in the chat, but it was an honor to be here for the first time, the first of many, and I'm a very excited person to be able to uh, be in touch with this awesome community. So, play Horizon Challenge, play Horizon Chase, join the Horizon Challenge, join our community, discord.gg/Horizon Chase, and we see you in the next lap.
Yeah.
Bye
See
bye.
you guys. Bye bye.